Hiya, Barbie.
Hi, Ken.
You want to go do a podcast?
Sure.
Jump in.
Ladies and gentlemen, ghouls and monsters, frightmares of all ages, and everyone else, welcome to Binging Barbie. I'm your host, John, and with me I have my co-host. Don't listen to Jay. He's, got mummy issues. Ooh.
Know me.
Yes. Anyway, this is a podcast about movie tie-ins for toy franchises, and this week we are continuing our deep dive into the Monster High series. Today we'll be talking about the first live-action Monster High movie, Monster High, the movie. And once again, joining us is creator of the Frankenfiles, Samariel.
High five!
Oh,
I'm
man.
so excited, you guys.
Yeah, what a time.
This movie. This movie.
This
It's a movie.
Indeed.
It was a thing that we watched, and we watched it.
It sure is. Mattel's response to The Descendants.
Yeah, we'll have to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about it, Jay.
This was released October 6, 2022. Wow, Halloween tie-in on Paramount Plus. This is directed by Todd Holland, who's a pretty prolific TV and film director. He did The Wizard, which is the one that is only known for the Power Glove. It's like an 80s movie.
Oh.
And it's like that Nintendo controller,
Yeah.
the Power Glove.
Wow.
The Power Glove. It's so bad.
Throwback. Okay.
So, but also did episodes of Twin Peaks, Malcolm in the
Hell
Middle. One of my favorites that everyone forgot about, The Real O'Neills, and many, many more. Yeah, written by Jenny Jaffe, Matt Eady, and Billy Eady, with a story by Jenny Jaffe, Jason Oremland, and Greg Erb. All of these people have done some things around. Jenny Jaffe is a TV writer who worked on College Humor, as well as Big Hero 6, the series, and Teen Titans Go. Then Matt and Billy Eady are TV movie writers who work on a lot of like the Disney Channel original movies like Bad Hair Day and Teen Beach 2.
You could feel it.
Yep. And then Oremland and Erb, I think they're like writing partners as well. They were story writers on Disney's Princess and the Frog. And then wrote the screenplay for Playmobil, the movie.
Interesting.
So this is not their first foray into toy-based movie musicals. I think it's a musical.
It is.
I haven't seen it. Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Playmobil the movie? I have no idea.
I think Anya Taylor-Joy is in it. Like, they got her right before she was at the point where she wouldn't be in something called Playmobil the movie.
That's so wild.
It was, like, announced right after the Lego movie and then just spent years and years in production hell and then came out in 2019 and bombed so bad that they were putting on the posters, like, tickets are only $5. Please see the movie. We are discount tickets.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But yeah, then we also have art direction here by Aaron Jordan, who has a really impressive filmography. He was a sculptor and carpenter on X2. We were just talking about X-Men before we started recording.
Yeah.
Elf, The Cabin in the Woods, Arrival, Okja, whole bunch of cool things like that.
That's such a wild swing of different stuff.
Yeah. I wonder if he does like creature design.
Yeah,
or something.
It's Elf that's throwing me, really. If I'm being honest.
Okay.
I mean, the North Pole had some creatures, that's for sure.
I mean, I guess that is there are technically creatures in there.
And yeah, this is just like a snapshot of his filmography because he's worked on a whole bunch of stuff. But then he was also an art director on the Netflix Lost in Space, Yellow Jackets. Is that a Hulu
Yellow
or
Jackets.
FX?
Oh, Yellow Jackets. It might be on Max.
Okay.
That's
I think.
Peacock.
Is it on Peacock? I'm not sure.
I don't know. They all seem the same to me. There's
Yeah.
Yellowstone. There's
Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets is about mean lesbians, from what I understand.
Yeah,
okay.
I think.
I want to say it's about a
Uh,
soccer team.
it's on Paramount.
It's on Paramount. Well, hey.
It's Showtime.
Okay.
So after
Okay.
you watch Monster High the movie, you can go and watch Yellow Jackets.
Isn't it like they get stranded in the mountains, like a plane crash, and there's like
Something
cannibalism?
like that, I think.
That's
Yeah.
Society of the Snow.
I think this is inspired by that same story.
Could be. I have no
Like,
idea what
loosely.
it's about. I've
There's a
only
whole
heard-
TV show about that. Like, really?
I don't know what it is about, so I shouldn't talk about it.
Do they bring a whole colony of people and eat throughout the entire show? Is this Lost? What is this?
I think it's like a flashback, so like they've survived this thing, and then they're flashing back to it.
So it's
Anyway.
Lost.
Sure.
Lost meets the Donner Party. Okay. Love to see it.
And yeah, Aaron Jordan was also an art director on Monarch: Legacy of Monsters,
Hell yeah.
the Godzilla show that everyone forgets exists, because there was also a Godzilla movie that came out at the same time that was
Indeed.
so good.
But Monarchs, like, it's genuinely quite a good show.
Okay.
I watched
It's
all of it
good,
with my
but
dad.
unfortunately, it got surpassed by something even gooder.
It did. It
So-
did. Which is totally fair. Godzilla
Yeah.
-1 deserves every amount of attention it gets.
Hmm.
Godzilla Legacy of or Monarch. What is it called? Monarch Legacy.
Monarch, yeah.
Yeah. It's genuinely quite a good show. I watched all of it with my dad, and by the end of it, we were absolutely hooting at the screen. It was great.
Yeah, I need to check that one out.
So yeah, I like it.
What else, Jay?
Yeah, we have cinematography by Tony Mirza, who was a cinematographer on episodes of Once Upon a Time and Supergirl.
That makes a lot of sense. Listen, I liked Once Upon a Time, but oh boy.
I only ever saw bits and pieces as my sister was watching it.
That's fine.
And the character names were so confused. So I watched it like part of an episode, and there's a baby going down a whirlpool, and Snow White yells out, "Charming, the baby!" And I was like, "Why are you yelling that the baby is charming as it's going down a whirlpool?" And so my
No.
sister explained to me, "No, it's Prince
Charming's her husband.
Charming."
Yep.
And then later she had a line of, "If we do that, we're as good as gold." I was like, "Oh, that's pretty good." No, gold is
He's
Rumpelstiltskin.
a bad guy,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
He's sort of one of the main villains.
So that's my main association with Once Upon a Time,
That's
is having
fabulous.
no idea what was going on.
I hosted a Frankenstein trivia event at Brew Vivant this Halloween, and one of our questions was about Once Upon a Time because there is a Frankenstein storyline in Once Upon a Time.
Oh,
Dr. Frankenstein is in Storybrooke.
what?
I'm not kidding. And the moment I said Once Upon a Time, half of the room was like, oh, I got this. And I got shown so many like excited, like I texted my sister the moment you asked the question and she sent me the correct answer in 2 seconds. And I was like, incredible.
Is that from the comic books that it's based on?
Is Once Upon a Time based on comic books?
Yeah, it's based on like the Fable comic books, isn't it?
I have no idea. I
I'm
don't know
gonna
what
look
that
that up.
is. But I know
it's
that
like
Dr. Frankenstein is in Storybrooke.
Yeah, it's like
He's the leader of the hospital. He's like the main doctor.
That's wild.
Which is funny because he's not a doctor.
John, do you have any insight onto Once Upon a Time?
Well, once upon a time, almost more than a decade ago,
Yeah.
I saw my mother watching it on TV. It looked weird. Never saw it
It is.
again.
It starts with a solid premise of storybook characters trapped in the real world.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
it fully devolved on itself. The family
Yeah.
tree of Once Upon a Time is truly insane.
So, like, at first, maybe I thought, like, oh, one day maybe I'll get into it. But then, like, Elsa got
Elsa
onto the
shows up.
show, and then I was
Mulan
like,
is in
you know
season
what?
2.
I don't think I'm missing anything.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
I'll let that
Marina
be.
shows up eventually.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was wrong. It's not based on Fable, but Fable is fairy tale characters in the modern world that have like escaped from their fantasy world into the modern world. ABC was going to adapt that, but instead they did Once Upon a Time.
Fair enough.
So it's not an adaptation of Fable, but it is very much like carried that stuff over. So
Right.
But I can absolutely see the cinematography of Once Upon a Time. Like the moment you said that, I was like, "Oh, that tracks for this movie, 1,000%."
There was a shot where Claudine jumped from the ground floor up into her house window, and it didn't look good. And it reminded me of Supergirl because a lot of her flight doesn't look good. So, anyway, who did the music on this one?
Yeah, the music is by Suna Wehrmeyer, who was the composer on She-Ra and The Princess of Power.
Hell yeah.
And other stuff that I forgot to write down. And we have original songs by a lot of people: Jolene Bell, Melanie Fontana, Joaquim Svare, Jeannie Lurie, and Matthew Tischler. I think some of these people are like writing partners, but IMDb did not make it clear who was who. So,
Gotcha.
but we do have some people who worked on Barbie movies. Jeannie Lurie worked on Barbie Rockin' Royals, and Matthew Tischler worked on Barbie It Takes Two, as well as some of the like related stuff to that show.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, the story goes like this. So Claudine is apparently a half human, half werewolf, and is just living with her human father after her mother died? Question mark. We don't know. It's never explained. Anyway, she gets an acceptance letter to Monster High, her mother's alma mater, and a place she may finally be able to be herself after being chased for having ears. Oh my gosh. But when she arrives, she discovers that the school is hostile towards all humans, and that she will have to hide her human heritage like a filthy half-blood. Anyway, after hearing about the story of Jekyll, a former student who was half human and got kicked out of the school, a distant cousin to Hoyt, the other kid, and there's a rumor, Holt,
Wait.
him too. There's a rumor that he had a secret laboratory where he was working on a potion to make himself a full monster, right next to the one where Rebecca's steam was being made, I suppose.
Yeah.
Strange things start happening at the school due to the presence of an untrue monster heart. Okay. Claudine eventually finds Jekyll's lab with the help from Frankie Stein and Draculaura. But before she could take the potion, her teacher, Mr. Comos, shows up and drinks it himself. And it turns out he is the half-human son of Jekyll, and he wants to destroy Monster High because reasons. Anyway, all the named characters show up in the woods to stand around awkward. Yep, to stand around awkwardly as Mr. Comos monologues, and he steals.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
I should have warned you because I wrote the summary.
He still uses powers, so Claudine uses a phone camera to turn him to stone. Oh Lord! And her secret is revealed, and Claudine gets ready to leave Monster High, and instead, Mistress Bloodgood lets her stay after like 2 seconds of changing her life around and deciding humans aren't bad after all, and invites her father to visit. And the monsters all have very conveniently gotten over their hatred of humans, and everybody has a big dance party. Oh boy.
Yep.
that last act showdown was it's just like, oh, here's everyone, every like major character, not from this movie, because Abby and Gulia are not major characters in this movie,
Nope.
but they're there and they're just standing there. It's
You
like,
know,
Abby, you have ice powers.
Right?
so, yeah, it's like every CW superhero show ever. No wonder why they got Supergirl person here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like,
This movie. Oh, it's a movie.
oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is definitely one of those TV movies that you'd see from Disney and Nickelodeon, whatever, trying to be their High School Musical wannabes, trying to relive that success. But this time it's Monster High.
Descendants for this one.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
no, this
what's
is Monster
interesting-
High. But yes, Descendants too.
Descendants High
Christ.
musical.
Descendants is already a high school. But what's interesting is, so with Mattel, they had the Ever After High series, which was about the children of fairy tale characters going to high school together. And it pretty much got shut down. If I remember the story correctly, I don't know all the details, but it ended relatively abruptly because the Descendants became the big thing. Like, I'm not sure if there was some amount of like getting the rights that went along, but like Ever After High stopped, and then not long after that, the Descendants series from Disney came out, which is a Disney Channel original film with Kenny Ortega at the helm. So it was an absolute bop. It's super campy. It's absolutely ridiculous. I love it. I am in fact going to see Descendants the musical this Friday, and
Ooh.
I'm very excited about it.
Ooh,
I actually
that's-
have quite a lot of love for the Descendants series. And they did really well. They made 3 of them, and they're working on a 4th right now. And so you can kind of tell that, like, with on the Mattel side of things, their big series Ever After High got shut down. This other series did very well. That's this sort of like rebels and outsiders vibe, and they're like, hey, we could do that. And then you get this, because this is the first live action musical of Monster High, and it very much feels like, it honestly feels like a Wish version of the Descendants. Like, it's it you can tell that like they're trying to go for the Kenny Ortega vibe, but it's not quite working.
yeah.
It's intentional camp never works.
Yeah, I mean, especially like intentional camp at this level. Like, I would say the live action Barbie movie is intentional camp, but it's done with like an eye for, I don't know, it's done more
That is done with
artistically.
it's done more artistically with like love and intention for the material that is being
Yeah.
made. With this one, you can kind of tell they're like, we need to make a movie.
Yeah.
Quick, paint this boy blue and put a weird wig on him. Stick him in the background. It'll be great.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I would be curious to see what a bigger budget version of this would be.
Mm-hmm.
But also I have a bit later it out in the notes what I think it would be. Yeah,
Sure.
this is, I don't know, this feels very, not to get too much into Harry Potter, because that's a series with a lot of baggage right now, but this is very much trying to replicate a lot of the Harry Potter stuff.
I can see that.
More so than any of the other Monster High movies we've seen,
Sure.
I think. And yeah, the J.K. Rowling, not a good person. Let's just put that here.
She
We
sucks.
are
Turfs
not.
don't have friends.
Yeah. But this really does illustrate like why those early Harry Potter books specifically work, because they're the right mix of school drama, and then you have the mystery, and then you have the fantasy adventure elements all kind of mixing in this very appealing package. And just like a more interesting world that you kind of want to explore. Here it's just like, what if High School Musical but monsters but stuff?
But also, like, with the threat of violence and death at
Yeah.
seemingly every corner. It
Yeah.
was so wild. Like, the world building here is insane and confusing. And the more they tried to, like, explain, the more I got confused.
Which is like the later Harry Potter books also fall into that of like
True.
the world building just kind of goes off the rails and stuff stops making sense. But those
Mhm.
early, especially, I mean, I haven't read the book since I was a kid, but the movies are like, you want to go to Hogwarts.
Mhm.
I never wanted to go to Monster High watching this. Now, part of that is I'm also no longer a kid, so I don't want to go to high school at all. But
Yeah, no.
yeah,
Who wants to go back to high school?
but even like other versions of Monster High, I'm like, oh, I could see the appeal of this.
Yeah,
This
for
is just
sure.
like,
But this one's bad. This is the bad Monster High. We found it. It's just
Yeah,
confusing.
I mean, part of it, a small part of it has to do that. Keep in mind, this is technically part of Generation 3 of Monster
Mhm.
High.
Yeah,
And
so they're coming out
so,
swinging.
yes, with every single generation, it's always going to be so jarring, especially if you have more than two generations, because they each try to be distinct from each other, and the changes they have to make to be distinct are just are nobody's always going to agree with them. And
Mhm.
so, for this case, there was a lot of changes
Oh
and a
yeah.
lot of like switching characters around and
Oh
some
yeah.
weird choices. We'll
I
get to them later.
oh man. I will never understand the there the whole like impetus of this movie of Claudine is half human. I'm like, why? What really?
yeah,
We needed what? Why? Like I guess that gives you the sort of like, oh, I don't know. I don't even
it's
know.
it's the sort of metaphor that they're trying to
It's
go
the
for of,
metaphor. Yeah, but it's like we already had that. Why did you
yeah,
do this?
I
it's,
mean, we had that with Holt
Oh my
in the other
god.
show. He's
yeah,
just
Listen,
replaced by Claudine
the
here, who
Jekyll and
is
Hyde slander in this film, like Jackson and Holt. First off, they're beloved characters that the fandom was absolutely devastated to see was not going to be making an appearance.
yeah,
And okay, hi. My name's Sam. I have studied Gothic literature for years. The Mysterious Case of Jekyll and Hyde is a very, very good book, and no one ever does it right. There is a fundamental misunderstanding about the story in every adaptation, and it makes me angry. And here, it's even worse. It's just confusing. And I don't know. I mean, I guess it because okay, so spoiler alert, yeah, Komos is Jekyll's son, but like if he is Jekyll's son, then he's not half human. He's like a quarter human,
yeah.
and that's
Unless
enough
his
to make
mom
him
is,
also half
a
human.
monster,
And yet,
or
Monster High
yeah,
acts like Claudine is the first ever human hybrid in thousands of years. Really? I got
yeah.
so confused and so heated.
It's, yeah, the metaphor here, and I mean the Monster High metaphor, whenever they try to bring it up, always is in danger of collapsing in on itself.
Oh yeah.
Here it does collapse in on itself, because it's like,
Mhm.
okay, Monster High, as established before, is supposed to be this open-minded place of like,
Mhm.
you come in, your flaws are celebrated.
Yeah, freaky
That's
flaws and
cool.
all. That's
Yeah.
the tagline.
Here it's like, your flaws, okay, we'll celebrate your flaws, unless you're a human.
Yeah,
In
right?
which
And they
case,
like on the one hand, I was like, okay, cool, we're questioning institutions. That's
yeah,
great. I like that. But then it fully, I don't know.
it's
It
because
doesn't
Monster High
deliver.
is already an institution that questions institutions. Like that is what Monster High is for.
We defeated the institution by being true to ourselves. Like, no.
It's so I don't know. It's and another part of it is it's just like the metaphor doesn't quite work because it's like the monsters are within what we see in this is within the world of this movie, monsters are oppressed by humanity, right?
Mhm.
Like Claudine falls and everyone finds
that
out
opening
she's a
sequence.
wolf
Holy
and they
crow.
chase her away.
Oh,
She's not a girl,
was
she's
that
an
an animal?
animal.
Oh my god.
So then the monsters are like, oh,
her helmet falls off and she's got the most perfect like curly hair with the purple streaks and this
Yeah.
gorgeous manicure, and they're like, oh, ew. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
But then within this world, they have this monster school where it's like, you are welcome here. But also, we hate humans so much. And like, that's going to be the main focus of the movie. It's not, the bigotry that made the monsters create this space for themselves. It is the bigotry within the space itself.
Mhm.
It's like,
It's a movie about leftist infighting. Yeah.
yeah, basically. And I
Sorry,
don't
made
know.
myself laugh.
I think because that is an interesting topic, but it's more complex than this movie could really get into.
Oh, absolutely.
And it kind of ends up being like, oh, both sides. Like, sure, the humans are bigoted and chasing the monsters away, but the monsters don't like the humans.
And
so
that's just as bad.
yeah, it just
It's
and
yeah,
I think it works within Claudine's storyline because Claudine is sort of this metaphor for a biracial person who's like within these
Yes.
two spaces and can move between the two of them, but never fully feels like she fits in either space. So
Mhm.
within that context, it's like, okay, yeah, this metaphor is actually kind of working. But when you go beyond that, it just completely collapses.
Absolutely. It's so
Yeah.
wild. Like, because the Descendants films also do something kind of like this, where, the plot with them is all of the Disney villains have been exiled to one little island. And now the son of Beauty and the Beast is, for some reason, we're putting a 16-year-old on the throne. Don't ask me why we're doing it. But his first order as king is, I want the kids of the villains to be able to come to our school because they didn't do anything wrong. They shouldn't be punished for their parents' crimes. And then so we get this whole, oh, the villain kids come in and, oh, can they be trusted and all this one, which is very much metaphor for oppression, but also it does in the classic Disney way in all these kids media. When we do the dance with the metaphor of oppression, we always kind of bungle it a little bit. Descendants,
Yeah.
I think, because it has the number of movies that it has and it takes the angles that it does, obviously it can do better, but it does a pretty decent job with handling some of those issues. But here, oh man, they're cramming a lot into a little time
Yeah.
and spending a lot of it on, we gotta get potion components, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to watch
Very,
Fetch Quest.
very Harry Potter. Which not to
Very.
bring up Harry Potter again, but
No, you should.
it does. Even Harry Potter does this better, but that's more like British class system. But there's
Yeah.
more complexity. It isn't all of the wizards hate all of the humans. No,
Shades
there's
of Grey, baby.
yeah, there's different opinions, and you get a bigger sense. Here, it's like all of the monsters hate all of the humans except Frankie and Draculaura, and all of the humans hate all of the monsters except for Claudine's dad.
So,
It's like,
what did we get all the potion material for?
It's for the Mist of Opening spell that Draculaura cast.
the mist of, isn't it releasing?
Mist of Releasing? Something like that,
Because
yeah.
Claudine says it sounds like a laxative.
So, they got a spell to unlock a door.
Except
Yes.
it didn't unlock the door.
Until they were inside, at which point
Until they were inside, and then it unlocked the door. Because the way to get in was to have a human hand. The way to get out was magic.
I mean, Claudine has claws. I guess I'm just scratch at it. But anyway,
Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
like Jekyll's secret laboratory thing was
not much of a secret.
not much of a secret.
No.
That's just a big old mausoleum you got there, bud.
And as you're kind of hinting out there, it just takes time away from everything else.
Oh yeah.
It's just a lot of business.
It's so much, and it's a lot of time is dedicated to this whole little quest thing, and so the way that I have sort of caught the vibe of these films is movie 1 is primarily about Claudine and her whole sort of deal. Movie 2 is kind of about Claudine, but mostly about Draculaura. And it's aggressively hinted that they're working on a third one that's going to be about Frankie. And so that I understand that like they're like, oh, this is the Claudine movie. We got to spend a lot of time with her struggle with this whole thing. But like, I don't know. It felt like we didn't need that much time of trying to get Mistress Bloodgood's ogre cup. And do all of the things that we did with that, with Cleo and the, be nice to people. Like, that was a fun moment. Because, like, if I was, dressed as my principal, I would also, like, hey, stop being an asshole. But, like, so much of the movie was get these potion components. I'm like, I already fundamentally dislike the fact that we've made Draculaura a witch. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't like it.
Why is witchcraft forbidden? I don't care,
so,
but why?
Witchcraft is forbidden because in this universe, witchcraft is a human practice that humans did to like have a monster thing of their own, or like to fight the monsters, I think is kind of a thing. Of it was them like doing stuff so that they could fight back. Because in movie 2, you get to learn about the witch vampire wars, which is a whole thing.
That sounds like a better movie than anything that they would do in the high school.
It sounds like a better movie, doesn't it? But yeah. Because so first off, Draculaura being a witch cast a fierce erasure that I will not stand for. I loved her. I want her back. Where is she? But then we get into Draculaura's metaphor, which appears to be being gay ? Because she's doing this practice that like, oh, my dad can't know about it, or I'll be in so much trouble. Literally, okay. Spoiler for movie 2. All right. Claudine is running for like student counselor or whatever the hell, and she's a slander campaign like comes out against her because her best friend is a witch, and Claudine like asks Draculaura, can you tone down on the witch stuff maybe just for the election? And Draculaura says, you want me to go back in the broom closet? And I was on my feet. Because it's just like, what? Okay, sure. And because she talks about like, when I'm doing magic, I feel the most like myself. I feel, it feels right. And so it's like, okay, so this is a weird metaphor for being gay ? Like I don't get it.
Can't we just have a gay character?
Can't we just have a gay character?
Why do we need a metaphor?
Right there.
I mean, the animated series is more than the actual live action.
As well as there's some Monster High comics that are about to come out that are very explicit about various queer romances that they're making semi-canon. And, and it's like, Frankie is trans, which is... Or, actually, in a weird way, they made a trans character who isn't trans.
Yeah.
Now that I think
maybe
about
more
that.
like... almost more analogous to like intersex.
Yeah, something like that. But it's just like we have this very queer character already. Why did we need the metaphor of queerness? I don't understand what's happening other than we need a character who can do whatever the plot needs for us to do. And so it's like this script is not good. I do not like this script. The way the characters talk is weird, and the story overall is not great. The pacing is all over the place. I don't recognize, like, I get that this is like, you know, it's the reboot, so we're getting everything weird, but like I don't recognize these characters that I'm supposed to know and love. And so it's just like, oh man, it is a struggle.
I was having a really hard time writing up my notes, like, because usually I'm thinking with something that disappoints me, I'm thinking, okay, why did this disappoint me? And what could it have done differently that wouldn't have disappointed me? And I was just trying to think, and I'm like, I have no idea what this could have done differently. I just don't care. And then I was at the store and they had the most recent Monster High series, animated series on sale. So I was like, oh, I'll pick that up. And then I just watched the first episode last night and I'm like, oh, this is what I want from Monster High.
The animated series is so good.
Yeah. It's a lot of the same plot beats, but better. It's just I was trying to figure out what is it, and I figured it out eventually. It's like, oh, it's just better writing.
Yes.
Like
it feels like, I don't know, this movie feels like it's trying to do something that's maybe a little like darker and grittier or something.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to make it low key kind of edgy or something. But like, I don't know. It's just
High School
like,
Musical edgy, or like Descendants edgy. It's not actually
yeah, Descendants edgy, very much so. But it's just like, I don't know. It felt heartless
Disney
in a way.
Channel edgy.
Yeah, Disney Channel edgy. Where it's just like it just felt like heartless in a way that was very disappointing. And like, because I wanted to like this, and there are things about it that I find very goofy and funny. Will I rewatch this? Yeah, but with a drink in my hand. Because I love bad movies, but this one hurt in a way because I was like, I love Monster High. And I can forgive a lot of things and whatnot. Like, if it's not like, oh, it's not, this isn't Gen 1. Like, I enjoyed Gen 2. So it's not just, hey, this is a new thing, but it's like, this is an aggressively new thing in ways that I don't enjoy.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, because the show is Gen 3 and the show
I love the show.
pulls it
it's
off.
So cute.
Yeah.
Very
and it
fun.
feels like the characters are better fleshed out and more. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to watch more episodes to get it. It also feels like the show has more edge to it. Like it's bringing in horror elements a lot more openly. And I wonder if, since this is live action, if they kind of held back on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It was kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Give it a better writer, please.
Feel like if we get to a brand new generation, we should just get a whole new cast of characters. But the difficulty that is that not only is our own cast iconic, but they're already based off like the traditional iconic monsters.
Yeah.
What if they just age up the current characters and make them teachers at Monster High?
Oh,
that could be fun. But then you're kind of getting into like High School Musical, the series territory.
Okay, yeah.
Which just because it's like, oh, it's the next generation, we're passing it on. It's like, okay.
They have a whole variety of like other characters that they show up and are like, oh, those are cool characters, and then they never show up again.
Yeah.
Like, imagine Twyla as a main character.
Oh.
Well, may I introduce you to Monster High 2?
Oh.
Oh yeah, you'll see a lot of Twyla in the next movie, bud.
What happened to Nathan?
Can't wait for Toralei to come in. I know that.
Oh, not Twyla. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I said the wrong name. I meant Toralei. Yeah, Toralei is a major character in movie 2. Twyla is not present anywhere in either of these films.
Oh boy. What? Yeah. We can get into Toralei next week.
Oh, have fun.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I'm thinking at the end of this episode we can kind of talk about like what we want to see from Monster High in the future. But yeah, this is not.
It's not great.
Yeah, and after Electrified, which was a surprisingly good time, it's just like, oh, now we're kind of now we've taken a step so far back from that.
Yeah, we really triple double backflipped a good ways away. Because like, there's things about this movie that I do love, and I did enjoy like some of the like classroom scenes, like when Mr.
Yeah.
Como started talking about like the history of dragons and the Great Treaty of 1367. I was like, tell me more. I want to know more about that. That sounds awesome. But like then he gets cut off by, all right, what are the next components of the potion? I'm like, come on. Like, there's things that could be interesting. Like, we never even really acknowledged that, you know, Claudine, because when we do the slideshow about Jekyll, talking about how Jekyll got put on trial for lying to us, question mark. There's a photo of like young Dracula, young Claudine's mom, and young Jekyll all being friends and hanging out together. And it's like, okay, wait, they were friends? Why isn't Dracula reacting stronger to Claudine Wolfe as a character?
Yeah.
Being like, hey, I knew your mom. She was awesome. Or like, they're like, I don't even know. It just felt like...
But before we completely move on from the pictures, can we mention that apparently this Jekyll and Hyde thing happened? Like, Jekyll was old enough to have an adult son currently, but young enough that he was at Monster High when HD digital photography existed.
Oh,
and when Dracula was there?
Yeah, Dracula shouldn't show up on a picture. Come on.
We'll talk about some of these phone and other
God,
mechanics.
The phones. The phone jokes. Oh my god, the most kids be on they dang phones. Shut up. You never used your phone as a phone? You know, what, they like high-five in that writer's room, be like, yeah, we got him. We showed those kids. Ugh. Shut up, old man.
Yeah.
Lord. This freaking... there's so many
how'd you
things
rate the
in this
stories,
movie
Jay?
that could be good, and then weren't. And I'm mad about it. Anyways.
Yeah, I gave the story a 2 out of 2. 2 out of 2. That's 2 out of 5. Yeah. I think I made my point.
I gave it a 2.25 out of 5 because it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's not good.
Right, yeah. I gave it a 2 as well. It was... I think it was slightly better than Beverly Hills Chihuahua 2 and 3, but...
Spoiler for our next series.
Incredible.
I think we've already announced it at this point.
But that's not saying much. They're like all the same quality.
Okay, but Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3 has Chloe playing the piano.
That was the second one.
No, that was the third one. Because
it's the second one. Like, she pretended in the second one. It's the third one where they have the puppet playing the piano.
Yes. It is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
The best scene in the history of cinema.
In a Chihuahua playing a piano?
Mostly. Oh, it is phenomenal. Like, incredible. You cannot imagine how good it is.
Okay. I saw Beverly Hills Chihuahua in the theaters, and I have not seen any of the subsequent sequels, but...
Oh, crazy statistic, because it was a surprise box office hit. It made more money in its first weekend than Disney's Wish.
Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3?
Beverly Hills Chihuahua 1.
Oh, okay.
The other two were not released in theaters. Disney's big animated movie made less than Beverly Hills
no
Chihuahua.
one went and saw Wish.
Yeah.
Oh, characters.
Yeah,
Claudine. She lost her feistiness.
Yes!
Yeah.
They made her
Normal teenage
bland.
girl. Yeah.
She didn't design fashion once.
No,
She wears glasses. I mean,
I don't mind the
that's
glasses,
fine.
but she's like so not like they took away her sassiness, her spunk. They took away her accent, which is
nobody had accents at all in this film.
yeah, nobody at
Except for
all.
Laguna, who had like a
Yes.
a Latin American accent.
Yes, because she's from South America
Laguna.
now.
Yes.
Question mark. I don't remember where, but
Why?
Wow,
Why
Laguna.
get rid of the distinctive Australian accent that's very identifiable? Instead, just give us
We even
normal.
just went to the trouble of finding an Australian voice actor for her.
I know. We just had. They have a lot of great, well-designed Latin characters, but instead we get this weird Laguna that just doesn't look like Laguna and is just your typical Latin influencer.
Yeah, the rainbow
Anyway.
coloring, I know when they dropped the initial designs, there was a lot of like, what did you do to our girl? There was a lot of that about pretty much every character.
Yeah.
Abby's not Russian. Draculaura is just a normal girl.
Yeah.
No accent there. Nobody got no accent anywhere. What? Ugh. Live action for you.
Can't have anything.
They want to try. They don't want to offend anyone.
Yeah, Claudine could be a good protagonist, and because she kind of becomes the protagonist here since she's the new one to Monster High and everything's new because she's been living in the human world. She's not familiar with the stuff, and so. But like, I guess I don't know if it's like trying because she is the protagonist, the effort to make her the everyman kind of stripped her of the things that made her interesting.
Yeah, because that's true of Frankie in the early Gen 1 Monster High movies, that Frankie doesn't have as much of a distinct personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Claudine's overall arc is solid, but it's very generic. And as Sam, as you were saying with the plot, like there's not enough time invested in her like internal struggle because it's all what's the next thing in the potion that we need to get. And because again I keep bringing it up, but Harry Potter, they do that as well, where it's like, oh, let's solve the quest, but then they also, those movies are an hour longer than this one, so they have the time to like, let's get you invested in this character, in this world, in these emotional arcs, and then also have the adventure. Here it's like they don't have enough time for everything, but they try to do everything and it just kind of like falls apart.
Yeah. Like I liked her relationship with Deuce in the terms of in the song Trust, where she is trying to fully manipulate him to get snake venom, and as they're singing the song, she eventually goes, I can't do this, you're a friend, I love and trust you, I'm not gonna do this. And like having that as a visual of like, my desires are not worth the betrayal of my friends. Cool. I liked that. I like Claudine and Deuce as like allies in, because Deuce expresses, especially in movie 2, like some genuine dismay about himself of he's the only one who seems to be like, I have the power to kill people just casually, and that distresses me as a person who's just trying to live my life. Which is also somewhat confusing, where he's like, because in the song Trust, he sings like he wants to feel less like he's some kind of freak, and I'm like, babe, there's monsters everywhere. What is it that makes you feel like a freak exactly? Unless that's just sort of the generic like high school.
We'll get into what makes him feel like a freak, because it is wild what they go with.
But like, I like them sort of having these moments of distress, of not really knowing my place in this world, in this situation, of not really knowing who I am. I like them being like friends in that way. I don't see
Yeah.
what they see romantically in each other. And
Yeah.
of all of the pairings for Monster High to pull together, Deuce and Claudine, wild pick.
Yeah. That is like I know some of the like in the fandom these characters' reputations, and yeah, just absolutely insane that they would take these two characters and put them
Mhm.
together. It does for me, I've never been like a super fan of Claudine or of Deuce, so I'm just kind of like, yeah, whatever. But no, I could understand that like they're weird to put together. And these two interpretations of the characters I think work together. But that's only like these interpretations of the characters ignoring everything else and kind of
Yeah.
ignoring some of Deuce's. We'll get to Deuce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now we should talk about Frankie, who
Frankie.
this is maybe my favorite interpretation of Frankie thus
Mm.
far. I think
I enjoy as a Frankenstein freak who is also non-binary. I absolutely enjoyed the representation there. Um I do feel like in both the animated series and in this series of movies, Frankie's identity as non-binary is never really done anything with, especially
yeah.
because we we have Frankie, they are non-binary. We are going to put them in the girls' dorm though. And I'm like, "Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
you're just kind of all right." I mean, like I guess they kind of have to since like they're a part of the big 3. But, as someone like hi, as a non-binary person, when I sign up for a dating app, it'll be like, "Okay, put in your gender." And I'm like, "Cool, non-binary." And they're like, "Cool. Now what do you want to be recognized as?" You have to pick. And I'm like, "Are you kidding?"
yeah, that defeats the
It
purpose.
defeats the whole purpose. And so it's just like,
And yeah, it would be
yeah.
neat to like get into their identity a little bit more, and like maybe they do relate a little bit more with one gender or another, and that's kind of why they
Mhm.
feel more comfortable in certain spaces. But I don't know, it feels very like they've done this. How do I put this?
We made the reputation. It's now standing on the side of the screen. Stop sending us angry emails about it.
Yes. Yeah, it's like it doesn't feel like a fundamental part of their
Mhm.
character as much as like the other thing, which is them
They got
having
all the
all of
brain
these different.
parts.
Yeah. Which I think
Stupid.
it is an interesting thing, and it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense as like a character detail, and that's cool that they
Mhm.
did that. But also it's like it's hard to map that onto like real world situations.
Especially when they start like name dropping like real people whose parts Frankie apparently has. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you need to unpack so much stuff if you are going to start dabbling with real world history. Are you
Yeah.
kidding? Marie Curie? Lord. Anyways.
Is Frankie radioactive?
Cuz like in the animated TV show, they make up people. They're like, "Yeah, this famous monster scientist, she's in there and I got all her stuff." And it's like, "Cool. I'm cool with
Yeah.
that. That
Yeah.
sounds great." It's the real people parts that I'm like, you need to read some history before you start name dropping things. But as well as that also unfortunately comes with, hey, Frankie is now a plot machine to
Yeah.
conveniently answer any and all of our questions. And so it's like, oh, we've discussed this a bit in on Serious Business talking about Homestuck, because especially female characters in Homestuck just become exposition fairies to tell us all the information that we need in order to move to next location. And it's like, oh, cool, you're just a puppet for the story now because we can't think of a better way than to just vomit information at you.
And then you combine that with Draculaura, who can do anything with magic. And now you have
Exactly.
someone who knows everything and someone who can do everything.
And Claudine is also here. to have the emotional breakdown.
Yeah. I
The
do
three
like
genders.
knowledge. It's like the smart guy, the tough guy, and then Claudine.
Yep. Ugh. So
But
I
yeah.
do love I like Frankie being an absolute little dweeb. Like
Yeah.
in the animated show, Twyla is canonically autistic. In this movie, Frankie is very autistic. Will just not say anything. It just the
Yeah.
absolute like at the drop of a hat, it's like, hey, here's a cool fun fact. You get to know it now. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I know 3 people in my life who are very autistic and exactly like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a pickle.
Yeah, that's a pickle scene.
It was interesting to me that we see Claudine's parents and we see Draculaura's parents. We still have not seen a single Frankenstein,
Yeah.
which is like really wild to me. And it paints this picture of a very like emotionally distant parent who doesn't care and is just like, cool, go to
Yeah.
Monster High, have fun now. Like who doesn't even bother to like be there to drop their kid off or anything. And so it's like, I'm not sure what that's all about there, bud.
Yeah. Because that would be I could see them taking that in a direction of like, oh, they could make the arc of that being like, hey, Frankenstein is a bad dad and has to learn how to be a good dad. Like the throwing your kid in the deep end of the pool to make them learn how to swim thing.
Yeah.
And then like
Which
having to
is
learn
part
that's
of
not
the
the way to
plot
do it.
of Descendants.
Okay.
Because these kids, like,
What
from
are
this
you saying that the villains might be bad parents?
literal. Okay, so here's what's wild: is Descendants 1, like the plot of it is kind of going, these kids realizing, hey, we've been like emotionally and sometimes physically abused growing up, and that's not normal, and that's not okay. Like this Disney movie that's saying like this Disney movie canonically says these kids as parents never loved them. And
Oh.
they are coming to the realization of that. And that is like a really harrowing scene where
Yeah.
like it's like parents, it's like family day, and so everybody's family like comes to Oridon Prep. And they get like a video call with their parents, and their parents are the worst and absolutely ruin it, and those kids leave that conversation like very disillusioned with their parents and like, hey, if you don't want to go back to your families because they don't love you and it's not safe to be there, that's okay, and that's not your fault. And I was like, that's such a wild thing
Yeah.
for a Disney movie to pull. And it's
Yeah.
like I'm not saying it
We
has to be exactly that. I'm not
yeah.
saying, I understand why Frankenstein being a bad dad wouldn't be the best, but it could also be very interesting because that does kind
Yeah.
of track with the book. I'm just saying I wanted more. I
Yeah.
just want better, and I want more.
Yep. Just wish it was better. And that's the thing, is we have the TV show to compare it to. And again, I've only seen the first episode, but the TV show just has, at least this first episode, has better writing and is doing a lot of similar things. But it's like, oh yeah, this is an iteration of this that is good.
Absolutely.
Now, we also have Draculaura here, who's just
Oh,
weird. Like,
She's
she
so
starts out
confusing.
hostile.
She starts as a mean girl, and I was
Yeah.
like, we've got a mean girl in Draculaura, the sweet, nice little bubbly one?
Yeah.
We
But
made
then
her a daddy's girl mean girl?
but then immediately becomes super super friendly as soon as they discover she's a witch. And then it's like, it's not even, oh, now she's friendly to Frankie and Claudine now that they all have this secret that they share. It is, no, now she is
Nice to
Draculaura as we
everybody.
know her.
Yeah, and it's so confusing and weird. I don't
and
get
not
it.
really. Her mannerisms just remain similar to just being normal and not the bubbly, happy
Yeah.
Draculaura.
It's just, yeah, she's just kind of a teen, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't
We
get
talked
it.
about the witchcraft thing, but that's just
Yeah,
so
the witchcraft thing is
why
still.
is she um learning how to make a potion to make herself fly? She can turn into a bat.
You can
At
turn
first
into
I
a
thought
bat.
at first I thought it was maybe her vampire powers haven't come in and she's like using witchcraft to like get to imitate these
Mm,
vampire powers to like maybe she's
make
trying
it.
to impress her dad because her
Yeah.
dad's like, "Hey, have you learned to turn into a bat yet?" And she's like, "No."
Yeah.
But no, it's just like, oh no, she just wants to make a potion
She
to
just
fly.
likes witchcraft. Yeah, that's right. Like
That's
it's.
like what? That-
I don't know, man.
what-
I don't get it.
I've
I
tried
don't
to think
like
of
it.
like the human equivalent to like making something that makes you do something that you can already do perfectly fine. Like I don't know, making a go-kart so you can get to work even though you have a car that can get you to
Yeah,
work.
something like that. Yeah. Yeah. It's got that vibe of like putting in a lot more effort to go around to do a thing that you can already do perfectly fine one way.
Yeah.
It's like building a Lego staircase up to your office when you can just take the elevator.
That's a good metaphor.
Like it's cool that you did that.
Yeah.
You didn't need to though. But yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
more
don't
cool if you
get it.
built the Lego staircase because you couldn't use the elevator because it was out of order. But no, it's like, oh yeah, no, she's not doing it to like supplement her vampire powers that haven't come in yet. It's just like
She just wants all the things. She
it
wants her vampire powers and she wants to be a witch and do all of the
it
cool witch
makes it into
stuff.
like a rebelling against dad thing, which if they're doing it in the next movie as a metaphor for being gay is just so no.
But
It's
then the father is now supportive of it, so
Yeah.
I did enjoy the like, all right, if you're gonna do witchcraft, you're gonna be the best at witchcraft. I was like, yeah, that tracks. I enjoy that. Thank
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
Dracula. That's goofy in the perfect way. But yeah, oofta.
Yeah, on to Deuce. So we talked about his like why is he so what is he so like torn up about? And I just need to highlight this line. Can you imagine having to wear these glasses all the time? He's wearing normal glasses.
Wearing normal glasses.
It's like a thing that people do.
Homeboy, everyone on this call right now is wearing glasses.
I think
Millions of
that's the problem
people.
with the costume design is that it's like, oh, but we have to see his eyes to see him emote. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Which
Untrue. We've seen Deuce like throughout this whole franchise wear glasses and still emote and
and
deliver
even in
emotion.
this one, like he starts out wearing they look a little bit more tinted. You can still see the actor's eyes, which
Mm,
that's kind of a skill thing for an actor of like, are they able to convey things well without using their eyes? So I can see, okay, they want to make it a little bit easier. The actor is on the younger side, so you know, make sure that the actor is able to play the role well. But yeah, the or at least take out the line about can you imagine having to wear these
with
glasses all the
glasses.
time? It's like half of the audience is going, yes,
I
Yeah.
mean, Claudine
What,
is wearing glasses right now.
yeah, she's wearing them in the
what do you
scene.
have against glasses, Monster High? The hell,
Like,
man?
are you talking about the beanie? I don't know.
And I get that it's a can you imagine having to wear these glasses or otherwise you like will turn people into stone. But it's just so ridiculous.
Bruh.
I mean, Cyclops wore
Yes,
glasses with
speaking of
tints.
X-Men.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
those were actually like you feel a little bit bad for Cyclops because he has to wear like the red sunglasses. It's like it tints the world, so he sees the world differently from everyone else. Deuce just wears glasses.
Deuce just has glasses.
Oh no, Deuce, you are so poor Deuce. He has to wear
I
glasses.
yeah, right. I enjoy they're sort of taking the like tortured poet route with Deuce a little bit. Not quite, like he's not quite a full tortured poet yet,
He's
but
the Edward from Twilight. I'm dangerous. Don't get near me, but actually do because I'm secretly lonely.
little bit. Yeah, we do a bit more with Deuce in movie 2 that I found like particularly interesting. I
Okay.
do enjoy him here, but there's also there's I don't know what he's got. Because technically, everybody in this school we're all monsters. We should
Yeah.
all have the ability to kill people. Granted, he has the ability to kill people a lot easier and faster than most people.
Yeah.
However,
It's
buddy, you are not the only one like you.
He's very like, oh, I used to be a bad boy, but then I saw that I was wrong, and now I'm good. Now I'm trying to be good, but I can't because I wear glasses. And I don't know, because I feel like I know this type of person very well, and they are not always the most fun to be around.
He's definitely I don't know if they're going for like a depression or something kind of
I think they're
situation
more
with
going
him.
for what's the exact opposite of the manic pixie dream girl, the depressive demon nightmare boy.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like,
Fair enough.
again, Edward from Twilight. It's like, I'm too dangerous. Stay away from me.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
I
like
I'm
this.
glad to.
I like this
Oh,
design
yeah.
of Deuce. I like
Yeah.
him. I obviously I miss the charm of having my absolute dunce of a sweet boy. But I do enjoy trying to make Deuce a more complicated character. It's
Yeah.
just a little difficult.
Yeah, I feel like I'm glad to hear that in the next movie they do a little bit better with his
We get
characterization.
some more information about like Deuce and his sort of situation, and
yeah,
he's a
yeah. I not to bring us completely back, but like the depression thing, it feels less like he's a character with depression and more like he's the kid in high school who like cosplayed depression because they thought it made them seem more interesting.
fair enough. I can see that.
So yeah, hopefully the next movie does better at that, because I think you could do something there. But anything to say on Deuce, John?
Y'all said it.
Oh, since we're talking glasses, okay. So the glasses, normal glasses, as far as we could tell, normal glasses are able to stop his like stone gaze, but it goes through a phone.
Yeah, we did the Percy Jackson the movie ass move with turning Como into stone by showing him a phone. That's apparently enough to do it? Question mark.
If you showed someone a picture of Deuce without his glasses, does that turn someone into stone?
Unclear.
But his glasses somehow stop that.
I mean,
there's so much glass between the phone and the camera and the image on the screen. But is it like, I don't know.
I don't. That shouldn't work. Like, Medusa froze herself because she saw a reflection herself. Does a phone image of you count as a reflection of yourself?
But it doesn't matter within this world, because within this world, Deuce can wear normal glasses, and that's enough to stop the stone power.
I don't even know, man. I don't even know.
It's like, Cleo, oh, you're so smart for figuring that out. It's like, how did you figure that out?
Listen, we just needed to get back at the weird old men who kept making jokes about kids being on their dang phones so that we could use a phone to save the day.
Right.
as everyone else stood around awkwardly for some reason. Like,
Kinda.
Like
they had
Cleo
to
and
they had to put
Laguna.
Gulia and Abby, the actors, in full makeup so they
To
could
stand
stand there
there.
and do nothing.
I think Heath was there too.
Yeah, Heath was
Yeah,
there.
Heath is also there. Because
Oh
he
boy.
is.
Again,
Yep.
it's all the named characters
Yep.
show up.
Speaking of which, we have Cleo and Laguna.
Yeah. This
They
is
are also here.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is like accurate to Cleo's characterization in other things as like the mean girl.
She
I would
said her
hope that
catchphrase too. Oh my raw.
yes. I would hope that as they go along they add more complexity. And Laguna is just not here. I don't really like her role as Cleo's number 2. Because in
Yeah.
the other iterations she's always been very like emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
And supportive.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. She doesn't make sense as like the yeah. She doesn't make sense as like the Gretchen Wieners.
Yeah. And then there's the real tragedy of this film.
Abby and Gulia,
Gulia
my
and
beloved.
Abby.
Oof.
When Gulia shows
God,
up, I was like, "Ooh, it's
dirty.
Gulia," and then Gulia starts speaking English.
Yup.
It's like, no,
No. Has none of her personality.
no,
Just,
She didn't use a laptop once.
no.
nope. It's like they got her look down right. And it's like, oh, it's Gulia, finally. And then
Nothing.
like they turned such an interesting character dynamic of like, you know, you had your classic Han Solo with Chewbacca or C-3PO with R2-D2 where one of them understands the other, but we don't understand the other. And we have that with Gulia. Not anymore. Now she just speaks. Imagine if Chewbacca spoke. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, no.
yeah.
There was a lot of upset about stuff like that.
I like that she sleeps in the graveyard. I think that's clever.
I thought that was
But
cute.
everything else is just
Everything
like,
else was real
no.
bad. Yeah.
It's like you could have just made a new character and none of these things would be an issue. Or
Right.
just like have her be Monica, which would also be bad, but in a different way. Because at least Monica talks.
Yeah.
And then Abby.
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 No one has been able to get Abby right for the longest time. It's like they forgot how to write in my village, yada yada yada.
Yuck.
And make it funny.
Abby does show up in the animated series if you watch
Oh.
long enough.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, she had a relatively recent reveal.
Okay.
But
I
yeah,
hope
in the
they-
movies she does nothing.
I like the bit where she and Deuce are playing football and it's a foot and she's like, when do we eat the foot? Oh, not until after the game. I'm like, that could be fun. And that's like a fun like horror comedy element that like we need more of those. Yeah.
But it's just plain
But yeah.
normal speaking. It's not. So when do we
Yeah.
eat the foot? That's Dracula.
In village, when we play football, we eat foot.
Yeah.
No. It's nothing. She's just like a teenager. There's no.
Did Abby was Abby wearing glasses too?
I think so.
I think she was.
Sorry, my computer was starting to die.
Everybody's
Yeah.
got glasses in this film.
Yeah. Which is accurate because more and more people are wearing glasses nowadays.
True.
So it makes Deuce's comment so much odder. I'm just like, could you imagine having to wear glasses?
Buddy. It's got the vibe a little bit, not quite, but a little bit of like the Jughead Jones weirdo rant from Riverdale.
Okay, there's a Letterboxd review of this movie that is, why does every male character in this deliver their lines like they're Jughead in Riverdale?
Yeah, pretty much. Oof. You ever see me without this stupid hat on? That's weird.
Yeah, no, that is 100% the vibe he gives off.
It's just like, buddy, come down off that cross. We need the wood.
Yeah, exactly. That was what I was trying to get before with like the cosplay depression thing.
Oof. I like seeing hipster Deuce. It's a funny vibe.
Yeah.
But it is also like, dude, what?
Yeah. That would be better for like Porter Geis from Haunted.
Sure. Yeah.
That's
That'd be
his
fun.
vibe.
Yeah. Tortured
Even like
artists.
the visual style of him is more.
Yeah. I dig
But
it.
yeah. Anyway, Headmistress Bloodgood
She
is an idiot.
here. Yeah. What
We
an
finally get her
awful
back,
person
and
to put in
she's a
charge of children.
terrible. Ugh.
Yeah.
What did they do
she's
to her?
emblematic of all of the problems with the new Monster High as an institution, where she's like very, very close-minded for plot reasons. And
then we flip the
suddenly,
big "don't be racist" switch, and
yeah,
everything's okay again.
and suddenly she isn't racist anymore.
There wasn't even a speech. She just decided not to be racist off screen.
Yeah. It's, Flight of the Conchords, one of the most brilliant things they ever did was their I'll Be the Racist Dragon song. Because it's every kid's media, and suddenly he wasn't racist anymore.
Bum, bum.
It's like, yeah, that's just everything. It's like you're just flipping the switch, and it erases real world complexities where these are institutional systems. Even in this one, it's like Monster High is this institution that then overnight they just, as you said, Sam, they flip the switch and now, not racist anymore.
We get institutional change by being ourselves, and that's it. That's all you need.
What if the real institutional change was the friends we made along the way who stood by awkwardly as this guy tried to kill everyone?
Oh, stupid.
Speaking of guy trying to kill everyone, we have Mr. Kobos.
Which I watched the trailer for this movie and I went, oh, he's going to be the bad guy because he was the only character I didn't recognize.
Yeah.
Which is disappointing because I really enjoyed him as like a teacher character. I feel like there aren't enough like adults in, I mean, obviously this is a show for children, but like there aren't like enough adults in this school.
You don't understand how Monster High functions as a school.
Yeah.
Like again, I keep bringing up Harry Potter, but Harry Potter, you understand like, oh, this is the potions class, this is the dark arts class, this is the whatever. Not dark arts, defense against the dark arts, whatever.
This is the class where we summon Satan.
And yeah, it's just like we don't ever in any of these. I mean, occasionally we'll get like more hints towards it, but like a sense for what Monster High is as a high school. And we don't need that, but
it's nice.
Yeah.
It's a good kind of world building that actually gives us some grounding rather than just confusing offhanded stuff that makes me go, wait, what?
Yeah. Like, especially if you're going to have the teachers be characters. We need to understand the relationship between the teachers and the students. And I think here they needed to either cut him out entirely or give him more to do. Because we don't need him in this story because we already have this conflict of Claudine trying to fit into Monster High and getting there and realizing, oh, this isn't the paradise I envisioned. There's still like stuff I have to work through. Or have the reveal of him to the audience, reveal to the audience that he's the villain earlier, and then like show us how he's manipulating Claudine throughout this to try and get her on his side. Rather than just like, oh, he made her find the lab for him. And then it's revealed that he's the bad guy.
Give us more of him or someone trying to demand institutional change.
Yeah.
Like, because he goes straight from like, this place is kind of racist and very bigoted. I'm gonna burn it down. And it's like, listen, that's the vibe that a lot of us are at currently because we have had years of trying to make small changes to get institutional change and being denied at every turn. We are only left with burn everything down. But Claudine comes along and exists and gets
Yeah.
institutional change. So, like, Como, you didn't have to do all of this.
Yeah.
Buddy. Like,
It's
give him more of a then you get into some of the territory with, like, you know, Black Panther where, like, he's right, actually, but he did kill a puppy, so we do kind of have to get rid of him. But, like,
yeah.
give him more grounding to stand on of, like, hey, this institution that claims to be about fairness, it's not. It's like, yeah, and that's messed up. Monster High should
Yeah.
do something about
No,
that.
because the trope is always, we're not so different, you and I, that the villain says to the hero. So when it's actually true, you have to build it a little bit more
Mhm.
so that the audience gets that. You know, what if it's more clear that, like, Mr. Kobos is Claudine in 15 years
Mm.
or however old he is?
We don't know.
he,
Unclear.
he was born at some point after the advent of, well, unless he was born while Jekyll was in Monster High, because he went on trial and then got, like, kicked out, and then it's like got chased down by an angry mob and killed. But he had a son
Yep, with a
at some point in
demon,
there.
presumably?
Yeah,
Question mark?
some kind of Greek
Some kind of
monster
horned beastie?
based on the name.
I
Some
got
satyr
no-
woman.
Yeah, right. I
Yeah.
got no clue. Because, like, I enjoyed him as, like, a teacher character. Like, he had a very
Yeah.
fun, like, cool teacher vibe. And I was like, I would love more of that from Monster High. You know, like, we had, like, Professor Rotter, and that was kind of
Yeah.
about it. Oh, we had,
And the
Invisible
butcher
Man.
guy.
Yeah.
But
Oh, and the butcher guy. So, like, we
Yeah.
we had some professors that had kind of, like, one note vibes. And, like, here's this teacher who's got a very distinct, very cool, like, vibe and demeanor. And we will never see another one. There
Yeah.
are no other teachers in Monster High 2. Like, we killed Como, we never replaced him.
That's again, I keep bringing it up, and I do want to be clear that, like, J.K. Rowling, we do not
Yeah.
support her
Indeed.
work, but they do such a good job in those early, I think especially the movies, just like, here are these teachers, you get the vibes,
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of them.
Absolutely.
They're like, they all have different functions both in the school and in the story, and then you have the Defense Against the Dark Arts teachers, like, swapping out every time.
Mhm.
Yeah, you get a sense for Hogwarts as a school.
Yeah.
Here it's just like Monster High is like a place where all of these characters exist in the same spot, and apparently they do school sometimes.
Sometimes, question mark. It's yeah, it's not great. Because I got really sad when I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely the villain, because I'm like, no, I like his vibe as a teacher. Can we please keep him somehow in a way that won't suck?
Yeah.
But now he's statuary. And we will see that statue again.
Oh,
Like, there
okay.
is some reflection on, hey, we kind of killed a guy last year. But, like, it's about it. Which
Yeah.
sucks.
The stone thing is always odd to me, because, like, it sometimes reverses and sometimes doesn't. I like the animated show that they have it like people can break out of it, so it's just like a layer around them
Mhm.
that they can break out of. I think that's, like, if you're gonna do the kid show version, that's a little bit better than just
Well,
like,
that's
oh,
kind of
now
what
they're
they
stoned.
used to do in Gen 1, because Deuce would turn people into stone all
Yeah.
the time in Gen 1. Just, you know, trip and there go my glasses. He turned that one waiter in Boo York into stone like 3 different times. It wears off eventually.
I got
But
better.
here it seems like a death sentence,
Yeah.
which is wild.
Yeah.
But, you know, could be interesting if we talked about it or developed it properly.
Yeah. That would fit better with Deuce's whole "I'm so dangerous. Don't look at me. I'm wearing glasses."
So anyway, Jay, what did you rate the characters?
Yeah, I gave them overall a 1.5 out of 5. A lot of that is just Happy and Gulia, my beloved. What have they done?
Valid.
Look at what they did to my boy.
They massacred my boy.
See how they
Uh,
massacred my boy.
You know the quote better than I do from The
There you go.
Godfather. Is that how Issa Rae pronounces it in Barbie?
Incredible.
I think it's The Godfather.
I rated characters 2 because there's things I like. I like Como initially. I like some of the things that they did, but there's also a lot that I don't.
And I also rated the characters a 1.5 because I barely recognized any character outside of their makeup. And speaking of which, we're moving on to the visuals. And I gotta say, I'm so happy that they put on the cheap makeup on them because that just sells so much. Like, at least they had the guts to put in that effort. Like, Titans had no guts to put in that effort. Ugh, I was so happy for that. That's the only positive thing I'll say. They put in effort and they tried.
Yeah.
I think for what this is, which is a TV movie, I think it's the visuals are pretty good. Like, obviously the CGI isn't super high quality. The makeup is, I mean, there could probably be some improvements there, but it is convincing enough to sell the world. I love the design of Monster High.
Yeah.
Just the way it looks is so iconic, but different from anything we've seen before. The one thing I had an issue with was the prosthetics for Mr. Como.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
It's like, he's gonna turn this big monster, and it's like, he got bigger horns and his face got weird.
Yeah, that was kind of a disappointing big monster reveal at the end. He just kind of became a minotaur, sort of.
With I don't know. The prosthetic work there was not doing it for me. It was very puffy.
Yeah.
Like, at least change his skin color for a big monstrous reveal. Just keeping it like human skin was like, no,
Yeah,
it doesn't sell.
I kind of wonder what color you could choose for that, because you're limited to green. I don't think of green as a Jekyll and Hyde color. Red would be good, just like a demon red.
Yeah,
depends on what version you're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah. He kind of reminded me of that one moment in the live action Scooby-Doo movies when Shaggy and Scooby are drinking different potions.
Oh.
And then Shaggy drinks the one that makes him super buff. That's kind of what he looked like to me.
I mean, probably a similar, just putting on a fake muscle suit and some prosthetics.
Yeah. There were some designs that were really cool. Like you said, I like the look of Monster High the building. I liked a lot of the looks that individual characters got, their different designs. I really enjoyed even the ones that I didn't super enjoy, like Laguna. I can see what they were committing to, and they committed to it hard, and I respect that. It was the Party City wigs on all of the extras that I was like, come on. We gotta do better than this. They really just said, we're gonna spray paint this boy blue, give him a wig, and have him dance funny in the background. I'm like, I respect, coloring them blue. Like that
Yeah.
that I respect. But like we could do it a little nicer. I get that he's an extra who won't say any words, but could have at least blend him a little bit, maybe, please.
Yeah.
I mean, other like things like Disenchanted would just give them wigs and that's it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there were things that were great, and there were things that I was like, oh come on, we could have done a little better. But
I think the one of the major named characters who show up at the last fight and stand around awkwardly, the one that does not work in the makeup department is Heath Burns, who has
why
Donald
doesn't
Trump color
his
skin.
hair stand up? He's a flame guy. His hair goes up. There were so many times where like they would have like the hair, the fire effects just over his hair, but I'm like, his hair, he just has like a normal dude haircut that
No,
like is
not
very flat.
normal dude haircut. He has Donald Trump haircut and Donald Trump skin.
I mean, he's got orange skin. That's kind of like the name of the game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But like his
Just
hair
don't
is
give
flat.
him. Yeah.
His hair is so flat. Give him any amount of pomade. Get it up so that it makes sense when the fire comes out.
And that would also make him look a little less Trumpy.
Yeah.
If he had the hair that was not so boringly styled.
Yeah.
Or just don't give him orange skin. I don't know. Orange is
orange or yellow. You kind of need in because he's a fire elemental. Like that's his whole sort of deal. Which, by the way, in Gen 3, Heath is canonically the son of the devil.
Oh.
Okay.
Who's responsible for everything bad, including and specifically climate change. And Heath is very, very sad about that.
Wow, so the normies get a pass on that. Great.
Right? Like, it's so insane what Monster High will or will not commit to.
Yeah. That's wild to me that they're like, oh, we're gonna have Satan in here as a canonical character.
It's a fire elemental, but they do say the devil, and I'm like, from the Bible? Like, what? Is the Bible exist
from Ken Russell's The Devils? Although
yeah,
those are witches. Those are witches, so that would be very frowned upon in Monster High. That is insane. A wild movie.
I don't know the Devils.
It was inaccessible for many years in the US because it just never got distribution, and it is like the amount of extras in rooms is just spectacular because it was made in like the 70s. So it's like, nowadays it would be like, oh, it's all CG, but in this one it's like, oh, that's like hundreds of extras in this room. But anyway, that's a weird movie. I want to see a Monster High version of it. Actually, they could do it because it's all about like the church and witchcraft, and so you could do that, but with like Draculaura and witchcraft, and like the monsters are coming after her. Okay, we're off topic here.
That was super. There were things I liked. A lot of the sets that were pulled together. I always love a spooky laboratory, just because I'm that kind of kid. I love a campy, ridiculous set, and there were several in this movie that did make me very happy. Yeah, it's a shame they were in a bad movie like this, though.
Yeah. I do wonder if they had more budget, what they could have done. But so Sam, did you ever see the Netflix School for Good and Evil that came out 2 years ago?
I've heard about it. I know it's vaguely, I believe it's based on a book series, ?
Yes.
But
so, the book is actually pretty good. It's like it's the sons and daughters and children of like famous like fairy tale people and villains, and
so we made Ever After High again.
But I believe this came out before Ever After High, and it's much more interesting than you would expect. It's like, oh, here's the goody two shoes girl. Like every 10 years or something, they go to like the normal people and like pluck out 2 normal people, one for the school for good and one for the school for evil. So it's like, oh, here's the goody two shoes girl who's like doing everything right, and then there's the like witch who lives on the outskirts of the town, and then the witch gets put into the school for good, the goody two shoes gets put into the school for evil.
Okay.
And they have to, and it's kind of like revealing this like institutional rot with like this divide between good and evil. That's like,
Okay.
is that actually it's so cool,
because that does sound like Ever After High. Like that is
Okay.
kind of the plot of Ever After High.
Yeah.
Not quite the plucking random people out of civilization, but like challenging the dichotomy of good and evil and exposing institutional rot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this is I think if this had a higher budget, it would be that. It would be more sort of impressive, and you would get Charlize Theron is in it.
Oh heck yeah. Love her.
And Michelle Yeoh.
Love her.
And it's bad.
Ah, dang. Is it at least fun?
Movie. Not really.
Oh.
It's
okay.
long and boring.
Lame.
And it's like the book is so good and the movie's just kind of like there.
Disappointing.
Yeah, it's like that would be what this would be with a higher budget. It would be still bad, but with more impressive visuals.
Fair enough.
But yeah. Anyway, I gave the visuals a 3.5 out of 5. I liked it in that regard.
Yeah. I gave the visuals a 3 because there were a lot of things that I did enjoy. I just wish they could have gotten better wigs.
And I gave it a 2.5, which is pretty good for a TV movie budget.
Yeah. Now on to the performances. We have, I would say, none of the performances are bad. I don't think any of the performances are phenomenal either.
Yeah.
There wasn't really a standout to me. I do think Cece Balagot, who plays Frankie Stein, they are very good at like walking very close to the line of being annoying but not quite crossing it. They're very
do
sort of
appreciate that Monster High actually got a non-binary person to play a non-binary character.
Yeah.
Love that.
Besides that, yeah, I don't know. I think Kyle Selig is miscast as Mr. Komos, not in the like teacher scenes, but in the
as the villain.
Yeah. I think you need someone with more gravitas, or you need to do the Professor Quirrell thing from Harry Potter of like, oh, he's like a wimp and that's his whole
revealing
characterization.
Secondary evil.
Yeah.
I like Claudine's dad. I think he I don't know why he stood out so much to me, of just like, he was just a great dude.
Yeah. He is played by Scotch Ellis Loring, who is actually the husband of the director of this.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Fair enough.
I like Dracula. He was the only
Dracula
one
was also great.
He's the only one who put in a performance that made me think, oh yeah, that's a Dracula. Everyone else.
Honestly, he committed and delivered, and I respect that.
I wish Draculaura put in like an accent, just a small little accent. It's like, oh come on, you're 16,000 years old, 1,600 years old. Why not get a little bit of that Transylvania on you?
Now, I did also want to briefly mention Case Walker, who plays Deuce, because I know him from the other two, which is 2 wonderful seasons of a sitcom and then 1 very bad season that everyone seems to like, but I don't. But he plays like a Justin Bieber type, and it is hilarious. It's like a satire of the entertainment industry, and like essentially it's the 2 siblings of this Justin Bieber type. And as he's getting more and more famous, they're like the older siblings who have been like trying to make it big in entertainment.
I think I've heard about this show.
Yeah, it is fun, and he is fun in it, and he has some very good like Justin Bieber style songs.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, it was cool to see him pop up here, but I mean, he's playing the role as written, which I find a little the
That is
writing to be a little bit.
that is kind of the problem. Is we have some pretty decent actors who are being given some real rank material. And it's like I want them to have the ability to absolutely shine, but
Yeah.
they're kind of being held back by the very thing that is making up the foundation here.
Yeah. Yeah. The better writing could have helped a lot. And
Mhm.
I don't know, even writing that is worse in a more interesting way, like something campier could have been
Mm-hmm.
fun.
Sure.
Giving the actors more space to be like big and do ham it up and caricatures and all that kind of stuff,
But
which
we're
you kind of get with Steve Valentine as Dracula.
yeah. But like these kids are trying to be cool because we got to
Yeah.
appeal to the modern youth, and I'm like, no, don't do that. That's gonna be cringe real quick.
Yeah.
Make it campy, make it fun, have a good time.
So yeah, I give the performances a 3 out of 5. It's nothing wrong with the actors. It's mainly just the writing that is they aren't able to plus the material because there isn't much to plus there.
Yeah. I also gave it a 3 for pretty much the same reasons.
Yeah, so did I.
So last up we have the sound,
Mm-hmm.
which I think mostly it's the songs here. This is a musical,
Mhm.
and it has songs, and they are very, very like Descendants or High School Musical type songs.
Indeed. It is very last time when we talked about musical stuff, I sort of brought up about how a lot of modern musicals, especially like stuff made for franchises like this, is like the Descendants series is absolutely guilty of this. Of rather than writing a musical, we just sort of wrote a series of pop songs. And
Yeah.
this is very much that.
Yeah.
I do enjoy a lot of these songs. There are several that I have will actively seek out because I enjoy them. I am a grown adult who paid perfectly good money to go see Monster High live, which was going to be a thing where they were going to perform a bunch of these songs live, and it was going to be awesome. The
Oh.
event got canceled tragically, which
Oh.
is really upsetting because I was genuinely quite looking forward to it. But like there's a lot of songs on here that I do genuinely enjoy. Are they the greatest songs ever written? No.
Yeah,
And
they're serviceable, and
oh yeah, they're
I
perfectly
think
fine.
some of them are fun.
Oh yeah. My favorite isn't even in the movie / like it's there, but it's kind of background incidental music, which was really confusing. They did that with a couple of songs like Triple Up and Spark, where they're on the album, you can listen to them. They're completely contextless, so you have no idea what's going on with them. But like sometimes they'll just like get slotted into a space where we needed some music while we transitioned from one scene to another, and I'm like, oh, okay. But like they're decent songs. Some of them are super fun.
Yeah.
The classroom song is super fun.
Oh,
True Monster Heart.
I have an issue with how that one starts.
Oh, you don't like that one?
I don't think Kyle Selig is the right person to be singing that kind of song.
Oh.
Not like, I don't think he has the talent, or not the talent. He has the vocal skills for that song.
Okay.
For the beginning part specifically. Where it's like they're doing some of like the knockoff Hamilton thing of like, here's the like rap, but it's not quite a rap because our actors can't quite rap.
It's kind of a
So
rap,
it's just
but
like
not quite.
singing
Yeah.
with a beat, and it's like it's not working for me. And then I also have an issue with some of the lyrics, like humans are the scariest, smelliest, and hairiest.
Hairiest.
That should be a compliment.
Indeed.
Yeah,
It's very
this should be-
confusing about what is and is not a compliment in the this
Yeah.
particular Monster High world. But Just a bunch of freaky creeps is so funny to me. And I will find myself at work just being like, humans are terrible, altogether unbearable. Just a bunch of freaky creeps. It's just like it's just fun. Like it's there. None of these songs are particularly right homeable. I'm not gonna be like, you guys need to hear
Yeah.
the like. If these songs like came up in like my Spotify Wrapped, I'd probably be a little bit embarrassed. But like, they're not bad. They're just
Yeah.
not great.
I found myself wishing. Well, part of the issue is that I've been listening to Sweeney Todd while at work, the Josh Groban version, which is wild. Because like I grew up listening to Josh Groban music, and then he's doing Sweeney Todd. It's like, oh, that's neat. But and that's unfair because Sweeney Todd is like one of the best musicals ever written, and this is a TV movie. Or even just like horror as a musical genre is usually done in sort of like via rock. So like Rocky Horror Picture Show is a little bit more rock, or like Repo the Genetic Opera is like very much rock.
Hell yeah, goth rock.
Yeah, give us that with Monster High. Do something a little bit edgier rather than here's the Descendants, a bunch of pop songs.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's a thing that happens with the Descendants too. Although with the Descendants, the music got, I'd say the music got better as it went on.
Okay.
In my personal opinion, at least.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, just the sort of like, it's because this has to appeal to the widest audience. It's gonna be these very saccharine pop songs.
Yeah. And for me, it's like, I get that as a corporate product, Monster High needs to appeal to the widest audience, but the whole point of Monster High is that it isn't for the widest audience. It's for everyone who doesn't fit into the widest audience.
That's what they'll say.
Yes.
But the marketing team, on the other hand.
Yeah. So I just wish they were like putting their money where their mouth was and be like, hey, let's do something interesting with the music.
Yeah. Let's do something interesting.
Yeah.
End of sentence. And instead.
John, I assume you are not a fan of the music.
Not really, no.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like half of it was well integrated. Like half the time they just start singing and it didn't like sound like they were singing it.
Okay.
Even if they were singing it, it didn't quite sound like they were singing it because they recorded it and not singing it live, you know.
Oh, yeah. But
High
that's
School
pretty
Musical
common
is
practice.
guilty of that too.
Yeah. That's pretty common practice for musical movies. That's just sort of the name of the game at that point.
Yeah. I think though, going back to the integration thing, I think even from a story level, like some of the songs are really well integrated. Like, is it Coming Out of the Dark?
Out of the Dark.
The first one, Out of the Dark. That one is like, okay, that's kind of the I Want song. So that fits in well with the narrative. And then the song between Deuce and Claudine, these are like serving a narrative function that is furthering the plot. Whereas some of the songs, it was just kind of like, okay, I guess we kind of needed a song every 20 minutes, so here's a song.
Yeah, it's less of like a problem of it not fitting in the narrative, but in the scene itself, the way it just started and went into song.
See, I kept getting annoyed that they would like start a song and then we kept interrupting it with dialogue that didn't need like, so Claudine like starts Out of the Dark walking through the tunnel. She gets out of the tunnel and then she sees Monster High and goes, "Oh no, I'm late." And then we get a sequence of her running.
Late to what,
and then
Claudine?
She gets inside the building and then continues the song. And I'm like, we didn't need to do that. What? Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do like Out of the Dark. That is a fun one.
Yeah.
And as like cliche and ridiculous of an end song, because The Descendants does this with every movie. Every end song is this like, we all need to come together and be ourselves and love. And But No Apologies, I think, is my favorite of that kind of genre. Like I know I
Okay.
don't know if
Yeah.
y'all will be listening or watching the Descendants movies. I know
That
Beverly Hills Chihuahua is calling your name.
Don't
Um,
don't give him the idea.
but
I
all the sort of like end songs from the Descendants have a very similar vibe, but No Apologies to me has like a really, because that is where you start to get into like the rock guitar, where it
okay.
starts to tilt over,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and I'm like, okay, yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I like songs that try to stick it to institutions a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I would be down to do Descendants, but sounds like John is not. So we will have that discussion later.
Hey
But
man,
yeah.
it's good to be bad. That's
Yeah,
all I'll
yeah.
say.
Maybe John could sit that one out and I could bring you on, Sam.
Heck yeah.
Jay, it's not like I have any choice.
You have the choice, John.
You
are
have a
50%
final
of the
say.
show.
You put it in the schedule, and then I have to show up.
The power of schedules compels you.
Uh yeah.
Yeah.
I gave the sound here a 3 out of 5. That maybe that's a bit low. I'll do no, I'll keep it a 3 out of 5.
I did a 3.25. I like a lot of these jams. They are great songs to roller skate to.
Oh,
Um oh,
like
absolutely.
wait, no, Claudine was skateboarding, not roller skating.
No, like Skulltimate Roller Maze. No, but like I skate. That's sort of my main physical activity that I like to
Okay.
do. And these are great songs for doing that. They're relatively generic pop songs, but so were the ones
Yeah.
from Boo York, Boo York. So
I mean, I was listening to these at work for a bit, and then I was like, okay, now I'm bored with these. So then I started listening to Sweetie Todd.
valid.
And I gave it a pretty generous 3.
Well, yeah, that leaves my final score as a 13 out of 25, which is a 52% or a 2.6 5-star rating.
Heck yeah. My overall score is 13.5, which gives it a 54% or 2.7 out of 10 or out of 5.
And I have a 12, which is a 48% or a 2.45-star rating.
Yeah,
There you go.
we're all pretty close here, all within
Yeah.
6 points of each other. So
This was
Yeah.
not the best movie. Pretty far from it.
yeah,
No.
I enjoyed parts.
This is a movie to like get drunk and make fun of with your friends. This is a good movie to like make your own riff tracks too.
Yeah,
This was just not a great movie when I've been watching so many pretty good movies and then getting to this, and it's like, no, I can't enjoy this. I didn't work my way up to this.
I'm going to be very curious to hear what you guys think about the sequel because I am a little uncertain in my own opinions about whether it's better or worse. Because it's also not great, but it's also confusingly not worse. But I will let you tell me. I look forward to the episode.
Yeah, we look forward to doing it. Before we go, I did want to briefly ask, like, Sam, this is your last episode on the series, but you have been with us for quite a lot of time.
Indeed.
What are your hopes for Monster High going forward?
Oh, my hopes
Like,
for
if you are
Monster High.
Mattel hires you and is like, you are now in charge of Monster High specifically as an entertainment franchise. I think the doll franchise is like a separate conversation.
Yeah. But specifically for entertainment, if I was given the reins, the thing that I want out of Monster High more than anything is to properly embrace the monstrous aspect of it all, because I enjoy the cutesy look, I enjoy the sweet soft styles, but if it's no holds bar, I want to see some real freaks out there, and I want to get to like experiment with that of really getting back to the root of where these creatures come from. Obviously I'm a big Frankenstein freak, so I would love to, explore certain aspects of that. Like I just want to get back in touch with the source material of all of these characters.
Yeah.
Just not obviously we don't have to be entirely beholden to them, but like to get at the heart of monsters, because we can call a pretty girl in a nice dress a monster because she's kind of got fangs maybe, but like I want to see Draculaura eat a person. Like I or at the very least I want to see her talk about like, yeah, for most of my life I drank human blood, and now I'm trying to find a new way to get along, and that's been really, tricky and difficult. My dad's not happy about it, but I want to be better than the people who came before me because we have the tools. It's like that would be interesting. Like
Yeah.
I want to see Claudine dealing with like actual like monstrous things of like, hey, every full moon I become a big old beast and I can't control that, and I just have to live with that. Like I want to dig into the monstrous quality of it all. I know that's never going to happen because Mattel is a very soft, family friendly company. I do like what Monster High is doing currently with trying to embrace definitely more of the queer elements, more of the cultural elements as well, trying to integrate different cultures into situation as well, because monsters are from every culture. Every group is afraid of something, and I think it's really interesting to like dive into like, this creature came from this culture, it's got these aspects to it. Let's explore that, and let's explore them like with each other. Like, let's see how that works out. They're definitely doing a little bit more of that. I would love it if they kept doing more of that, but I just want to see some real freaks out there if I can. But I will accept the current animated series as long as it keeps doing what it's doing.
Yeah. I had the idea today because this is a few years off still, but the copyright for a lot of those classic Universal monster movies is going to be expiring soon.
Oh yeah.
What if they could do something with that? Not even like direct remakes, but just bringing in more of those elements.
That'd be really fun. I would love that.
But yeah. Or even just like hand the reins over to either like not Guillermo del Toro, but someone of that like inclination.
Mm-hmm.
Or even like if they want to keep it kid friendly, do like hand it to Henry Selick or like Leica, someone who actually
really cool.
makes like horror stuff for kids. I mean,
listen, I saw Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. He can do something real interesting with Monster High.
Yeah. I think more my question is if he might be interested. I feel like he would be interested. But yeah, I don't know if that's what I want Guillermo del Toro to be doing.
That's fair. That's fair.
I would love for his interpretation of Monster High, but it's like, but I kind of want him to be doing whatever interests him. But if
which is currently his Frankenstein movie that he's been trying to make for forever, and I'm so excited to see it.
Yeah, isn't Oscar Isaac playing the creature now?
I believe so. Yes, that is the rumor.
Yeah, that will be phenomenal.
I can't wait. But yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you so much for joining us once again on all of these episodes. And
for letting me aggressively elbow my way into your space yet again.
Oh no, we love having you here, and you know so much that we don't, all of the context in these things that you bring a lot of perspective to. We're just kind of
about silly things. Thanks for having me.
All right, then. Well, I guess that's my cue. So, thank you everyone for listening, and make sure to follow us on social media. We're Binging Barbie Podcast on Instagram and Tumblr, Binging Barbie on Twitter, and Serialized and Binging Barbie, a Barbie Movie Podcast on Letterboxd. We also have a Patreon. Check that out. It really helps us in a little way. Anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a 5-star review. Come back next time where we talk about Monster High the Movie 2. Or is it just Monster High 2? I don't know. I don't really care. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and don't I don't know. Just
Don't
who cares?
don't wear glasses, apparently.
Yeah.
Always
Bye,
have a
Barbie.
true monster heart.
Bye, Barbie.
Bye, Barbie.